No, I just mean it's not as obvious.
Hello and welcome to another stream. Gee, I dropped popcorn right there. I made popcorn because I'm hungry. We're playing Little Town! Not to be confused with Tiny Towns. Totally different game. Also, fun fact. Little Town is older than Tiny Towns. So Little Town was originally published in Japan by a company called Studio Gigi. And it's by designers Shun and Aya Taguchi. They did The King Frontier. I can't remember. They have another game that's pretty thinky and small and popular, but so this game was already published in Japan in 2017, and then Yellow picked it up, made a lot of fancy art for it, and brought it over, and it released now. So, technically Little Town was before Tiny Towns. Fun fact that no one actually cared about. So, no, this has nothing to do with Tiny Towns. No, they're not trying to, bank off of the success of Tiny Towns. They were there first. It just took them a little longer to get to stateside. So, that's the story on that. Otherwise, the reason I'm kind of salty about it is because I don't actually...
Salty like this popcorn?
Salty like this popcorn? Is because I don't really like Tiny Towns. I think they did an amazing job marketing. It is a good game. It's a fun game. I just don't like it. There's just a lot of AP, and Steve's better at those games than I am.
Why am I'm not even picturing Tiny Towns.
It's the one where, we played Tetris pieces, but, you put the cubes on instead of the Tetris piece, and then you made buildings when you had patterns that were the right shape. We played it once, and I was like, I'm good.
I mean, that's alright. I like the engine in this.
This is better, in our opinion. In our opinion. But you know what? Whatever. They're not actually related at all, except for in some ways.
You can like whatever game you want.
Yeah. Not better popcorn. This is just popcorn with salt. I popped it on the stove in a saucepan, which got burnt because our friends tried to make popcorn and just charred the bottom of this pan. So it's like our popcorn pan now. Just with some vegetable oils and kernels, and that's all I do. So, let's get up and do it. Pop some popcorn, pop some popcorn. Yay!
Munch Crunch bonus stream.
I don't know why this mouse keeps dying. Munch Crunch. Alright, we're probably gonna have to zoom the board in. This game is not nearly as large as Pipeline. I think we can go away with that one. We'll try that one. Okay. So this is Tiny Towns, designed by Shun and Anya Taguchi. Taguchi, and published by Yellow Games. Illustrations by Sabrina Miramon, who has done some other Yellow games, now that I think about it. So, there is a central board that everybody will play with, and it's double-sided. And we're going to play with the side that should be face up, I guess. I don't know. The layout of the resources, that's the only difference. Then, oh, we need another bowl. Can you get another bowl? Get over there. I guess I can get it, because you made such a sad face.
I'm glad you're, so empathic.
So then you need to put the resources someplace where everybody can reach them. Little cubes. And then you're also going to put the money where somebody can reach them. The money bank. And then the round marker is a circle with, a axe punched out of it. So it's going to go in round one.
Like the last game we streamed, the round marker is round, making me happy.
And then there's a first player token, which is a tiny axe. It's a little axe. I'm sorry, it's a little axe. Not unlike the tiny hammer in Tiny Towns. That part they might have copied, I'm not sure. Then there is a deck of objective cards. You're going to give that a shuffle. And then you're going to deal, in a 2-player game, each player is going to get 2. And that's their objective cards for the game. Cannot get more. So you can put the rest back in the box. We're going to check those in a second. Then everybody's going to get their workers. They have 5 workers and 7 houses in a 2-player game. In a 3 or 4-player game, you're going to have different amounts of workers and houses. Then you also should have a little star thingy, which is super cute. Which is like more punched out wood things. That's your point tracker thingy. Put that on the 0 space. Then buildings. So there are 24 buildings and then 5 hayfields. So you're going to put all the hayfields on the hayfield spot. And then normally you would just shuffle all the buildings together and then you put 12 out randomly. They have, for your very first game, they have a recommended starting set, which has 12 buildings in it. And we played that last night, and it was super fun. But I think we're going to go maybe a little...
Let's go random.
We're going to random it up. We're going to random it up.
That way we can compare it to how it was when we played that, basically.
Yes. Alright. Ba-ba-bum. So, try to attempt some randomness. So we're going to put 12 buildings out into the market. And where they go in the market does not matter. That is a lot of, like, wood expensive buildings. I'm trying to give these, like, a good shuffle as I go. Just trying to, like, randomize. I don't even... Lots of wood heavy this round. Let's see here. Ooh. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Alright, so those are the 12 buildings we're going to play with this game. Make them look a little nicer. And now you're going to look at your objective cards, and some of the objective cards are dependent on specific buildings being built. So you're going to see if you have any objective cards with like the little caution symbol, and if you do, you're going to read the objective and make sure it's not impossible. If it is very difficult to do, you still keep the objective card, but if it's impossible, you discard it and get a different one. So...
None of mine are impossible.
Not impossible. I do not believe this is impossible. No, this is not. Okay. So, that's it. That's set up. There is a game aid card that has all of the buildings on it, including an FAQ on the buildings that are slightly more complicated. And on the other side, it has variants, which we're not playing with at all.
Oh, there's variants?
Yeah, there's variants. You can like draft the buildings and stuff like that for the market. So that's it. That's set up. So now I shall teach you the game. Oh, Xena, can you go do the thing? The post.
When's the last time you went out?
Dinner. She went out probably like 6. Yeah. Do. Here we go.
Who's coming outside with me?
How many unused buildings were put back in the box? We put back into the box. Ichi, do you want to go outside? I put back 12. I put back 12 unused buildings. It's weird because the rules say that there's 26 buildings, but there's actually 24, so... Don't know. There's only 24 on the play rate. Maybe not. Nope. It's not a button. 1, 2, 3. 21. There's 25 on the play rate. Oh, because it includes the refill. There are only 24 unique tiles. Yes. Okay. Move the popcorn. Here we go. And actually, I think I can zoom it in one more. Let's zoom in the camera one more. Because player info is not super important. Each player is going to start with 3 coins. Okay. Make our coin stuff logical. Alright, so this is a worker placement game. Bit more so than Pipeline, where you are going to play over 4 rounds, and in a 2-player game you have five workers, so you're going to have 20 turns. On your turn, you're going to place a worker either in the field, or you're going to place a worker in the building area to build a building. So, when you place a worker on the field, you activate every place adjacent to that worker. So if I place this worker here, every place that is adjacent, including orthogonally or diagonally, I activate. So in this case, I would get a wood. I get a wood, I get a stone, and I get water or fish, right? That's what we thought. So I would get these 3 cubes because I'm adjacent to a tree, some stone, and some water. Sweet. And that would be my whole turn. Done. If, on, let's say, a future turn, magic things, let's say this happened. So let's say this building is out, somebody owns this. If somebody placed a worker and a building is adjacent to the spot, they can activate that building. If you own the building, you activate it for free. You just pay the cost. So in this case, I pay a coin to get a wheat and a water. And I would also get a wood, and I would get 2 water because I'm located to 2 squares that have a pond resource thing. So that would be a really great turn as well. If, in this situation, Steve owned this building, I can still activate this building, but I have to pay 1 coin to activate the building. And whenever you activate a building, whether or not you own it or it's somebody else's building, you can only activate a building once per turn. So even if I had 6 coins and I wanted to pay 6 coins to get 6 wheat and 6 water, I can't do that. I can only do it once. So that is that. The other place that you can place, you can only ever place a worker onto an empty grass space. So you can't put them in a tree and you can't put them on a building. The other place that you can place a worker is over here in the building or construction site. And so when you place a worker over here, that means that you are building a building. So the cost for the building is in the upper left corner, and all the buildings will cost either stone or wood to build and a specific quantity. You gain the victory points in the upper right of the tile immediately when you build it, and then you place the building on any grass space that you want as long as there's nothing on it. So there can't be a tree, so no printed things, and there can't be a worker on the space. But otherwise, I can place it here, right? Once you place a building, say I place it there, you put one of your houses on it. If you don't have a house to place, you cannot build a building. That's it. There are a couple buildings in the game that activate at the end of the rounds. We don't have any of those in the game right now. Yeah, we don't have any of those in the game right now. We do have one that is an in-game condition scoring. So you score points at the end of the game for this one, which is the Watchtower. At the end of the game, gain 2 points per empty space out of the 8 adjacent squares. Alright then. That one will be interesting. So, at the end of the game, at the end of 4 rounds, you will get points for any in-game buildings that you have. You will also get points for 1 point for every 3 coins that you have. And that's it. Otherwise, it's just whoever has the most points. It's the game. At any time in the game, you can pay 3 coins to get a resource cube of your choice, but you have to use that resource cube that round. And otherwise, at the end of the game, resource cubes are useless. So, there you go. That's the whole rules. And Xena and Steve are still gone. So, just hang out, I guess. I guess I'll fiddle with the camera more. Yeah, zoom in. I want to zoom you in. Oh. Maybe 1 zoom? Or... yeah, I like 1 zoom. It's pretty good.
Alright, we did our rounds.
I feel like... there we go. That will have less glare problems. And stuff. We can keep our money a little visible. Every round, whoever goes first alternates. If you're playing 3 players, Because there's 4 rounds, the 4th round, the first player's whoever is in last place. Which is actually kind of a detriment, in my opinion. Depending. Yeah. Whoever has the least amount of points goes first. And the 4th round for a 3-player game. Cool. When you pay to use someone's building, do you pay them or the bank? You pay them the 1 coin to use the building, but if the building has you pay a resource, you pay that to the bank. Be super broken otherwise. Alright. Do a Schwazi? Oh, my forehead. Did I put it under the game lid? I did. Also, I didn't spill the water. I win today.
So this game did not get Yokohama.
There's a rule I left out. At the end of every round, you have to feed your workers. That's the thing that like a lot of people hate, but it's actually not that hard.
Otherwise, there'd be no point in wheat and fish.
You can feed them either wheat or water / fish. If you cannot feed a worker, it's -3 points, and you can go negative. Ha 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 ha! Let's do this.
Can't touch my workers.
What?
Can't touch these.
Put your money in camera. Alright. Oh yeah, objectives. I should read these. Woo! Okay. Fun times. Alright, guys. So what buildings we got?
I get 2 wood.
Oh, I'm gonna take my worker off that spot. And I'm gonna go here to get a wood and 2 water.
I'm gonna construct.
Yep.
I'm gonna construct this building. There. Which costs 3 wood.
You get 5 points immediately.
And build a building that produces and or consumes water for 2 points.
Yep.
And then build a building costing at least 3 wood for another 2 points.
Yep. Alright then. Well, I'm gonna go here and get 2 wood and pay you a coin to use your building to get 2 water.
I will go here for 4 water.
Yeah, it's water.
Or fish.
Fish, water, whichever. We did not watch the replay of the moon landing, but we did go watch the NASA documentary of the moon landing.
Which it was showing at the Science Museum, which is around the corner from my work.
Okay.
So we had a lunch date where we watched the 45-minute version, the hour-long version of the Apollo 11 mission. Super cool. I hadn't seen that documentary. You know, there's all color and everything. This one had seen... You've seen it. You've seen versions of it. I thought they did a really good job, especially with the audio in the new documentary, because you saw, you know, big screen.
IMAX. I'm gonna build.
Not quite IMAX, but still big screen.
This guy, for 2 wood. And I'm going to build it. Oh, you might want to read the watchtower.
2 for every thing that's not built.
Empty, yeah. Build. There. So I got 4 points. And pretty sure I don't get to do anything. Yep. Oh wait, why did I do that?
I go here.
2 wood.
Do it.
2 wood.
2 wood.
2 wood.
2 wood.
Alright, I'm gonna build here. I'm gonna pay wood. I'm gonna make a hayfield. But you can't guess where it's gonna go. It's gonna go right here. And I own that hayfield. And I get 3 points for it. And it's your turn. We totally played Leaving Earth this month already. To celebrate the moon landing. I went to the moon, Steve didn't.
I mean, I didn't send anybody to the moon.
I took a space station.
I sent a lander to the moon.
No, you didn't. It's when I landed on Mars.
No, I sent a lander to the moon. It was one of the first things we did.
No, it wasn't CNN documentary.
It was the one called Apollo 11 that came out, I think, recently. There were ads for it on YouTube and various places. Come on. One each.
Alright. I'll go to my... Oh, man. I'm gonna go here. Get a wheat. Pay you another $1. It's worth it. Let me work it. To get 2 water.
Alright. That's probably the end of the round.
That is the end of the round. So we have to feed our workers. So I'm gonna
5 fish.
5 fish for me as well. We get our workers back. I now get to be first player.
Is it because you're in last place, or do you just alternate?
We just alternate. 2 player. The last place is only when it's a 3-player game for round 4. And now I get to go first. I spy with my little eye a reason to go here. Pay another $1. Get 2 water and 2 wood. And I completed an objective, which is have $0! Did it! I helped you a lot with that one, but it's okay. That's my turn.
You got a lot of fish. I'm going to build a building.
Apollo 11, that is the CN11. Oh, cool!
Yeah, it was really well done.
Did not know that. We don't have TVs, so we don't see ads for anything. I think Steve only found out about it because he was looking up OMSI things.
I'd seen commercials for it, but
Where?
I got an email. It was in YouTube ads earlier this year, I think. And it was in a trailer for a movie we saw. They showed it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Oh, I get points.
You get points?
5 points.
I don't know if you get points. Making a stone quarry, eh? Okay. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna get 2 stone. I'm I'm gonna trade in this wheat for 4 money. And then I'm gonna pay Steve $1 plus $2 to the bank to activate his thing to get Forest Stone. Thanks, man.
I'm just gonna go here and get Forest Stone.
I mean, you still have to pay the money.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to now go build a building. I'm gonna purchase this one, which is the other half of Steve's stone engine. I'm gonna put it right here. For 4 stone. Which gets me 8 points! Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Oh, also, build 1 building that produces or never consumes wood or stone. And I did that for points. Same turn. I did see that. It'll be fun, Chad. Indianapolis shut down the main highway between the airport and the convention center. My boss is gonna be really mad because she's staying at a hotel by the airport. I'm not. For those. I should probably send her an email about that. I get in Mondays super late, so yeah.
Forest Stone.
Hello, Mom Gamer.
I'll build a building. I'll build it here. There's my 8 points.
It's the other side of my money engine. Why are we so mean to each other? Build another building. Build another building. Did you build the one I want? No? No, you didn't. You wouldn't. I'm gonna build this guy. For 2 wood. I'm gonna put it right there. Hang on. Actually, I'm gonna put it over here. And then get 4 points for that. Yeah. Okay, your turn.
Is it 3 coins for any one resource?
3 coins for any resource, yes. Oh.
I'm just gonna get my 4 fish.
The placement of tiles matters because when you place a worker, it activates everything around it.
We're ready.
So, for example, when I place this worker right here,
boom,
I get 1 water, because of that space. And then this space, I can pay a coin, which I will, to get a wheat and a water. And then this space, I get a wheat. And then this space, I can spend that wheat to get 4 coins. And then this space, if I had stone, I could spend 2 stone to get 5 points. I don't have stone. But, oh, dang it. My plan required stone all along. Crud. That's fine. But, spend at least 1 resource cube gathered during that same turn. So, I get 2 points. Because I spent the wheat that I gained to get coins. Steve cannot go there. You cannot go.
That's the other interesting thing. And you can build an awesome engine, but you can only activate it via adjacency roll.
You can make some super combos with buildings. Steve turn.
I think it's kind of lame. I'm just gonna go here.
2 water and a wood.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's around. So we have to feed our workers. I'm feeding them all with fish again. Get your workers back.
As am I. 5 fish.
It's the next round. And Steve will now go first.
Hmm. Oh. Well, I'm building a farm.
So we don't live on fish anymore?
Yeah. I think I'm building that farm here. With wood.
Alright, I'm gonna go to Super Amazing Stone Town? Is that what we're calling it? We should call it that. So I get 2 stone from the big 2 stone thing. And then I can pay 2 coins, which I will do, to get 2 more stone.
By paying coin to me.
Oh yeah, I have to pay a coin to Steve. And then I can trade in that wheat to get 4 more coins. And then, do I want to activate my building, which lets me do 2 stone for 5 points? Or do I want to hang on to that stone so that I can build a building? These are the questions. I'm going to hang on to my stone.
I'm going to go to Super Amazing sometime.
I mean, yours isn't as good as mine.
2 coins for 4 stone.
Did Nutters get a new bird? Oh no, Mom did. Mom gave her dead.
A new bird. Ooh.
A new cockatoo. Okay.
That's easy. Has a rough life.
Super rough. Alright.
And, oh, heads dropping. Bonk.
She's out. Fully covered.
That was very cute. I know we don't have a puppy cam, but
Trust me, folks, it was cute.
it was cute.
I mean, I want to get greedy, but I probably shouldn't. So. But maybe I want to. It's very interesting because we're building the buildings in a different pattern than last game.
This is super interesting. This is very different. I'm really liking it.
I mean, I feel like I want to do that. But then you will just do another thing.
This whole game, folks. So great.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna build this building
What?
there. So 2 stone. And I get 5 points. Have you been getting your points for your buildings?
I've got 13, 14, 15, 16, plus 4. See, 10. Oh, 10 plus 11 is 21, plus 4 is 25.
So the answer is not really.
No. I don't think I've done any buildings to give me points yet, though.
No. Unless you've done the 3 coins.
Which maybe no. So, get a hay. Pay you a coin. Turn that hay in for 4 coins, and then I will spend 3 of those coins to get 5 points.
Alright. I'm gonna go here, which is my engine spot. A little away. Spend a coin to get a hay and a water. And then I will spend another coin to get 3 points. And then I'll get a hay. And then I will use that hay to get 4 money, which I actually don't super need, but I'll take it. And then I go uptown to trade in the 2 stone to get another 5 points. Which, use 4 buildings! At least 4 buildings in the same turn, which I did. So, 3 more points.
Alright, my turn.
Yep.
I go here. I get through it.
Alright. I will go to what I think should be affectionately called the feeding hole. I don't know if that's with affection, but can't go there. I'm gonna pay you $1 to get 2 fish, and then I get 2 fish from the pond. So I'm good.
And you got your hay. Oh no, that was for me.
No, I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay you for a hay.
Alright, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna get 2 fish for myself, a
Hi,
hay for
Mitch!
myself, and then I'm paying you 1 coin to get 1 hay, which is outrageous. But alright, and I think I'm done.
Alright. Dun, 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 dun.
This game moves at a great
So
clip.
fast. So fast. Oh, you got the 4-1 spot. 4-1, eh? Alright, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna get 2 wood. I'm gonna pay you a coin to get another 2 fish.
Yes.
Yep.
Fish party over there.
Alright, that's the round.
I feed everybody.
I feed everybody with fish. Fish Town. They should rename this game to Fish Town.
Nope.
Alright, I go first this round. I will go.
I like this game a lot.
I like this game a lot too. I will go to 4 Wood Town. It's actually only 3 wood, but you know, it's a less interesting name.
Is it my turn?
Yes,
I'm gonna go here, and I'm going to build
the tower.
the
Yep.
3/3 tower.
Yep. I knew you would.
And I'm gonna put it here.
Mm-hmm.
And it has 6 spaces around it. I'm gonna put a thingy in the corner. Then I'm gonna complete these last 2. Build 1 building with 2 different types of resources. And then build 3 buildings adjacent or diagonally adjacent to mountain, lake, and forest.
Huh.
So for a total of, that gives me no points
Yeah,
now.
so you get 5. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I didn't care about your stupid building anyway. I'm gonna build this amazingness right there. It's amazing! I pay 4 wood. Convenient, the 4 wood tree place. And I get 6 points. Woohoo! Now it's your turn. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do, Kairos?
Well, here, I'll give you your coin back.
Thanks.
You get a hay, you get another hay, and I'm gonna get 2 fishies.
I mean, I'm gonna have to feed my people at some point, but whatever. I'm going here. Reap the benefits. So I get a wood, a stone, and a water. Walk into a bar. And then I'm going to use this building to turn in 1 of each resource to get 7 points.
I think I'll do the same.
My name is Steven. I think I'll copy my wife.
I don't think I said that. I'm gonna get a stone and a wood. And then I'm gonna pay you a coin.
Stumptown! Yeah!
Turn
Do
in
it!
all 4 to
Pick
go.
a birthday present.
1, 2, 3,
If-
4, 5, 6, 7.
Our house is chaos. I don't know if you want to stay at our house, but you're welcome! Yeah. Do-do-do.
And then I'm gonna pay you another coin
To take another turn?
to pay a coin to the bank to get 3 more points. And I think
You think. You think that's it.
I thunk.
You don't think. I regret nothing. I want to like use that space again to get 7 points, but I mean, is it worth it? Yes. No. Yes. No. I'm gonna go with it. Whatever. Hashtag YOLO. So I get a water and I get a forest. And then I can pay that for the hay and that for the stone. So I did it again for 7 more points. I get a 60-point star.
I'm gonna go to Food Town and get 4 fish.
We could never play this with one of your family members because we would destroy them. Unless it was Kevin. And then he would destroy us. Probably.
Last turn of the game.
And I have to get 3 food or my people get very angry at me.
Like you.
Well, I guess I'll go to my bank spot. What? So definitely get a water. And then I pay a coin to get a water and a hay. And then around the circle I get a hay. And then I can sell a hay, which is fine, for 3 coins, which is a point.
I think you built an engine.
I think I did. I think this is a game where you can build engines. And then I can use, are you ready? This 6 coins is 2 stone for 5 points.
I paid for that. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna get a hay. I'm gonna pay you my last coin
Yay!
to get 4 coins. And then I'm gonna turn 3 of those coins in for 5 points. So I'll just take 1.
Yeah, it's a little axe. It's not a tiny axe.
I think you've got it.
We'll see. Alright, feed the workers. If you can't feed a worker, it's minus 3 points per worker that you can't feed. Cool. Do you get, how many empty squares do you have around your stupid tower?
I imagine it doesn't count if there's resources.
Nope, it's just 5.
Yeah, so 10 points.
So Steve gets 10 more points. You got 60. You get a star.
Actually, hilariously, this is about the point spread from last game. I think I was, 5 points? 4 or 5 points behind last game?
I thought you were closer than that. Do you have any money?
$1.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it. That's the game. That's Little Town!
We played it totally differently, and our scores were very close.
Yeah, I like how, because the Watchtower give you points for empty spaces, we both were, like, trying to build, like, this, like,
Leave.
hashtag, or this, like, checkered pattern.
Yeah.
It's very
interesting. I really like it.
It's good. It's good, Clarence.
Yep. And let's see, you built 1 more building than I did?
My last
Yeah,
game
you
score
built
was 67, and your last game score was 61. So I did 1 point better, and you did 1 point worse.
No, 6.
I was 66, and you were 61 last time.
Oh, you said 67.
Sorry, that's what my current score is. That's where my brain was.
I like it.
This is
I want to play it with more players, but I really like it as
too.
like a 2-player duel.
I do, yeah, I want to play with more players, and I do like it as 2-player as well. I don't often want to play games with more players. You all know this. It's either Steve or no one. Sorry, Nutters. I'm not a nice person.
I can attest to that. Definitely a keeper. And so is the game.
That he was trying to catch a gnat. Yeah, so it's Tiny Town. I mean, I don't know. Part of me is kind of like, well, as we play more, we'll definitely know different buildings, but I feel like it has the, like, Agricola thing where, like, we learn the buildings in Agricola and we still, like, race for them. And we know, like, oh, I knew you were getting the stone engine because you built a stone engine last game, so I was just like, I'm gonna kill that. So I bought the, like, stones for points thing.
Well, and like I think it seems like a game where the players will be able to keep each other in check. Like for example, if you see someone's engine spot and they make their engine spot too good, you can go there to block them.
Yep.
Like that's totally. I think it's part of the game.
Yeah, and there's 24 unique buildings in the game, and you only play with 12 every game. So there's a lot of variability in like how the buildings interact, and what potentials there are in that regard. It's I don't know. Then there's a bunch of these objective cards, which I was like kind of like, meh. But I mean, they give you something to go for, and they're extra points, and they actually
they add up. Like I think we get.
I got 10 points from mine, and you got 9 points.
And I think I got 10 last game.
Yeah, we both got 10 last game.
I think you could make up the points if you didn't do them by doing other stuff, but I think it helps encourage you to do different things than your opponent early game.
Yeah.
To get them, so I think that makes your early game choices not like as much of a copy or a race. Because like I think the first building.
You can see the back has different layouts of its resources.
Like the first building I built was 5 points, but then I got 4 points from cards, so it was effectively a 9-point building. So that was more worth it to me than trying to stop you from doing something. I don't know. It's interesting. I like it.
The box says 45 minutes, but like
you can knock it out.
Our whole stream was 50 minutes. That's with like me teaching setup and like shenanigans. So I think if you're playing 2-player, it's super quick. The setup is very simple. I like spin stars, yeah. The components, I mean, it's yellow. It's a $30 price point, but it's a smaller box, and the meeples are like the custom whatever shaped meeples. Kabuki mentioned they would probably get upgraded resources
for
the resources, but...
And I mean, you could, but hollow meeples. How do they do it?
It's a punch.
How do they do it?
All the magic is ruined for me for board games, by the way.
It's magical.
If you ever want the magic of anything ruined, work in that industry. I knew this before I got a job in.
Are you sure about?
No, you just did everything wrong.
Wow. Really trying to get that not a nice person trophy achievement.
How did we?
I think the resources were in with the first player token or whatever.
No, maybe the cards? Maybe with the cards. I don't know. Not a big deal.
That's why we have more bags.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said at the start of the stream, which Netter totally missed, is this game was originally a Japanese game, published in Japan, so you know they like those small form factor games, and then Yellow brought it over. So
great.
Ah!
Love it.
Yes! He used the L word.
Yeah, definitely a keeper.
Definitely. This is my favorite Yellow game currently. We still have in our collection from Yellow parts. We have this, obviously, Tiny Town. Or Little Town. I keep calling it Tiny Town! Definitely have Little Town still, for sure. It got put on shelf too last night. Like second from the top.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we still have Happy Pigs, which we mostly keep just because it's a fun 6-player game. Or like 5-player game. Which like a little bit of strategy. And we have Bunny Kingdom, which is like a fun drafting game, which we haven't played in a long time. But...
Also, do we still have Sapiens?
No, Sapiens.
So I would say if we did have Sapiens,
this would kill Sapiens. Yeah, for sure. So, I kicked the chair. Ow. Pipeline is definitely a keeper. Yes, Pipeline went on shelf next to Tricky Around. I love Tricky Around. You just stream Tricky Around.
Good game. We should do very infrequent streams of games we just like.
We should just not even ones we just kind of like not care for. We should just do. We have not done the Bunny Kingdom expansion. We just haven't played enough games this year at all. It was actually really funny. So like, I think by Gen Con last year, I had played 200 unique titles. I think this year, if you don't include Hava games, I think I've probably played maybe 30 unique titles. Maybe. I think if you include Hava games, we're definitely hitting the 90s
And
But-
we played, and some of that might be games we played early in the year when you were streaming before you started Hava.
I
Like
didn't stream a lot in the beginning of the year.
we did, like
But
we did the
yes.
expansion. Like
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like I think some of the unique games you played were Origins. You didn't really play games at Stumptown.
I played 2 games at Stumptown. I played just one, and I played Ticket to Ride New York.
You played a couple games at GameStorm. We did some streams early in the year. Like it wasn't a lot. That was a lot of games.
I haven't played a lot, and what I have played is usually very like hyper focused. It's really interesting. I have no patience for bad games this year. I'm so happy we managed to stream to see everybody. We've missed streaming too.
Yep. Kabuki asks if D-Day has hit the table. It has not.
Nope. See you, Netters.
Netters.
Thanks for swinging by. I might see you next week. Not next week. No. I don't know. I'll text you. Yeah. But I have so much little patience for bad games anymore. I used to be like, oh, let's play it and see. And now I like will read a rule book and just like not even want to try it anymore.
I'm starting to do that too. Where one of the things I really like about Origins, both this year and last year, and especially this year, is I could go check out a game, get a demo, and just be like, or even just like maybe read the rules or just watch people play it, and I can kind of tell like, is this something I would like to play? This is something we would like to play together, and this is something we would actually play more than once.
The more than once thing is the
Yeah, right. And for a lot of them, it's like, well, like if I can't see it making that jump, then it's just not buy it. Yeah, for purely Star Wars indulgence reasons and because I like sandboxes, probably while you're at Gen Con, I'm gonna rent Star Wars Outer Rim from CloudCap next week because they have $5 rentals, and I don't necessarily want to spend $50 on it, but I totally want to play it a couple times.
It's $3. Or sorry, it's
Yeah, it's
$5 for 3 nights.
Yeah, so it's like totally worth it, and I think that's definitely a game in that, rent or play somebody else's, but don't buy. I think, well, especially because I have Zaya, and Zaya's awesome, but
Yeah.
I want to satisfy the curiosity. Whereas I think in a previous life I may have just straight up bought it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely I was gonna do a video about the games that we picked up at Origins because we really didn't pick up much, and already I think more than half of them have been like they can go. So, but I mean those half that I picked up were on like they're for Stumptown copies and they're popular titles, so I was like I should probably play these, but I'm not gonna like it. So there's that. It's very interesting. Our like 6 months of no purchasing anything definitely recalibrated our priorities in regards to purchasing and like games and also gaming experiences because we played more of the games that we really like, and we also found ways to play games without buying them, which totally existed prior. It was just always easier to buy the game.
yeah, it's just easy to buy it.
So-
And one thing also, I know my purchasing at Gen Con or at Origins was definitely different this year. Where like one of the days there was someone who was selling fancy, nice pens, and instead of getting a game, I was just thinking about like I'm probably gonna write with this pen all the time, and it's a nice pen, and like it seemed something like I was happy to invest in a pen, whereas I think it would be easy to make the calculus like.
I mean, it writes really smooth. It's huge, though. It's just
Love the
very.
pen. Hard to lose. And the wood stain looks like islands on a map. But it's one of those where it's like, yes, technically that was maybe as much as like a game, but if I use a pen every day and I only play a game once, I don't know. It made sense to me. So that was like, but that was a thing where I was just like, yeah, why not?
We also played a game of rebalancing all of our finances towards the end of the no buying hiatus. We haven't finished the game yet. We paused it. It's a co-op. But we rebalanced all our finances and realized where all the money was going when it wasn't going into board games. And decided that we preferred that in some ways. And that money was just activities, like trips and activities and doing things, seeing people, going out for meals with people.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's enough. We're really lucky in Portland where there are several places where we can go and play board games, and they have libraries there, and we can meet people and play and hang out. And it's a lot easier to meet people out in public spaces and like hang out with them than to get people to come back to our house, because I'm very much like, the house is a mess, we can't invite people.
And there's places where we can take our games and play them. So sometimes it's just as nice to play a game not at the house.
We are not getting the Nemo Wars expansions because he hasn't played Nemo War enough. Just on his own.
I wanted to play with the expansion that I got before I got another one.
Yeah.
So that's also kind of, I mean, I know we did the no buying hiatus, but I also am sticking more firmly to, like, if I want to get something else for a game, I need to actually play the game. I shouldn't just, because I will easily just collect stuff for a game that I'm not playing.
Me too.
So it's basically, if I want to get something for it, I need to play it. Otherwise, I mean, the collecting is a game, but it's an expensive game, and it's one I don't need to play.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to play.
Well, and the collecting part is just starting to be significantly less interesting to me in regards to everything. I have my Gen Con list up and just run through this super fast for content. Era Medieval Age. I want to play that one before I want to buy it. It's an Eggertspiel. Eggertspiel tends to be a good hit for me, but it's also a Matt Leacock, and Matt Leacock doesn't tend to be a good hit for me. So, plus the advertising that the Brazilian publisher did was like really not great. So it's like, so I don't know, but I want to try Era Medieval Age. I know it's like a 3D roll and write, whatever thing. I like, my list is like half work interests, half like I have to go get games or see games for research, but I'm not actually interested in them, so there's that. Then I have Kingdomino Duel. This is the roll and write Kingdomino, like 2-player only experience, which interests me quite a bit. I'm a little burnt out on roll and writes, and by little I mean like really burnt out on roll and writes, but I really like Kingdomino, and I only play 2-player for the most part. So it's kind of like, well, I should check it out at least. The price point is low enough that I actually probably will just get it. But I actually might not get it at Gen Con. I might just get it from a local friendly game store and play it when I get back, because he's the person I would play it with, because it's a 2-player only game. And I usually only buy games at conventions if I won't be able to get them for a long time, and or I want to play it at the convention, and I won't play that at the convention, because at conventions I am always playing with more than just 2 people. So that's that one. Then there's Ticket to Ride London! Yes! So we love Ticket to Ride New York. I'm so excited for another of these city map ones. If I could have pre-ordered this one, I would. This is probably the most hyped thing on this list for me. Actually, no, it is the most hyped thing on this list for me. This would have been if I couldn't have bought it, but I bought it, so it's fine. Actually, Ticket to Ride London totally beat this in my opinion. But Days of Wonder is doing a 6 months exclusivity with Walmart.com. So I'm going to definitely buy this at Gen Con, because if I don't buy it at Gen Con, I have to get it from Walmart if I want to get it in the next 6 months. And that ain't happening. So there's that one. Definitely must have. Day one, getting that bad boy. I want to go play Bees Lives and check out Bees Lives again. I playtested a game forever ago at last Gen Con and liked it, but had some issues with it, so I'm interested to see if they resolved my criticism. They probably didn't. It's fine. Then there's Cartographers, the Role Player Tale. I watched a couple videos on this and like had a few friends like Nicole and Mandy were telling me about it and were really excited and wanted to play it. And I decided Steve would probably really enjoy it. It's like a mix. It's like a roll and write, like penny papers, but like competitively with scoring. So it's like a more significant penny papers. So I went ahead and pre-ordered that one. Then Dragon Realm, which is the next level in Dragonwood, I'm actually pretty interested in for our nephew, though it might be a little too young for him because he's a wizard. Flip Over Frog is getting its US release, which makes me super excited.
Ooh, with
Hub Games. Yeah.
With Hub?
Yeah. Imhotep the Duel! I played a preview demo copy of it at some point, and I really liked it. It has a very interesting, like, tic-tac-toe slidey mechanic thing. I will probably end up picking up a copy and playing it with Steve. I don't know if it's a game that we will keep around. Already feel like the Imhotep, like model with the boats and the things. I'm not super sure if that's our jam, but I did enjoy playing it. I do want to play with Steve, and so I will likely end up getting a copy. Mega City Oceania! So I know the backstory on this game because I'm friends with Hub Games, and the development process is really interesting. It's actually built off of Jordan Draper's. He had a little Japanese game that was like wooden, laser cut wood pieces, and you built like cities with them. And Rory from Hub Games was like, I want to make that actually a Euro game, like a thing. And so they built that out into Mega City Oceania. So I actually pre-ordered that one. I'm pretty excited about it. I also really wanted to support Hub Games, so I'm pretty pumped about that one as well. There's the new edition of Las Vegas where they have some new mini games and some mixes up. I don't actually know if I want to get it because I just really like the simplicity of Las Vegas, and we got the expansion and we don't really play with it because it makes it unnecessarily complicated. So
that's the problem with the base game. It's just so good.
Yeah. And that's it for like the ones that I'm super hyped about. I want to get Patchwork Doodle, but we love Second Chance so much. I just can't see Second Chance getting whatever. Rail Pass. I want to play Rail Pass so bad with a group of people. Rail Pass is the best convention game. It's a little complicated, but it's the best convention game, and I totally want to get a copy to play at Gen Con with my friends, and then we will bring it home and we will never play a 2-player, and it can live in Stumptown. But that's Rail Pass from Mercury Games. There's the Cowboy Bebop board game. It's sadly a co-op, but I might end up getting it anyway because our relationship is built on Cowboy Bebop. He doesn't know about it yet. The game, not our relationship. I think that's it, actually. That's like the only stuff. Yeah. There you go. That's my like Gen Con list that I have. Boom. Did it. And now I can read the chat. Let's see. Yeah, so Chad Roberts says Era is meh. Black Angel. I gotta remember to look at Black Angel. Can buy TTR London from Walmart before you leave, but I don't want to buy it from Walmart.
I also like the art for the old Las Vegas.
Yeah. I just don't want to buy from Walmart. That's the big thing. Like, Target's not a great company either, but Walmart is not great. Yeah, World West I want to get, but it's not. It's not gonna be there till September, so. Now I gotta look at Black Angel.
It's a,
Oh, yeah!
You're competing to see who earns the most VP at going out into the galaxy, because then you'll get to be the person or you'll get to be the AI that runs the colonies, but everything else in the galaxy is kind of out to get you, but you will earn VP. It's basically whoever earns the AP is the best AI, something like that.
I remember this one. I didn't read the rules. I did something and then I was like, eh.
Yeah, I think I might want to read the rules for that, because it seems interesting, but it seems like, I don't know. Like, it didn't immediately grab me, but since a lot of people are interested in it, I think I'll check it out. Black Angel will have 240 copies at the show. Black Angel gave birth to Selenia. Oh.
Well, that makes me feel like I would just play Selenia.
Is Selenia the airship one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Selenia. Alright, well, so we did a stream. We did a bonus stream.
We did. Do you want to go away now? And just do other things? Yeah, Black Angel is at the end of the month. Let's see here. Let's see. Player boards. There's a space board.
Trays and space.
There's a main board, a space board. Oh, the Selenia. Okay, so the space board is Selenia style. And then the player board. So space uses the Selenia movement thing. Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, man. I would tell you to read the rules on this and then make the decision, but I don't know if you have time before I go.
No, send it to me.
Just, you do it.
I mean, you have it up.
It's a download from BGG. It's not like I'll copy the web address, and I'll go to our chat, and I will send you the thing.
Thank you.
And then I'll see if I have a cute picture of a dog. That's how I do. I send you a picture of the dog.
It's important.
Yep. Our relationship is built on sending links back to each other and just pictures of the dog. What's up?
Oh, that's the dog picture. I just like those.
And that's the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the turnout that we had, considering this was entirely unplanned and last second. It was like 6 o'clock, and I was like, let's stream.
Thank you all for showing up and watching. It was a lot of fun. I miss chatting with the chat people. I should have turned up the brightness or the font size on the chat. It was hard for me to read the chat this stream because with the lights, the chat was a little dark. But
It's a little turned more towards me. That's my fault.
Yeah.
I don't know when we'll stream again, but if you like this stream, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified for when we go live. Because if you want to watch our streams, you should hit the bell. I don't honestly know when we will stream again. We'll probably get some titles from Gen Con, and if we're super into them, like we are Little Town and Pipeline, which we streamed earlier tonight, we will probably attempt to stream them, because that's kind of like the whole reason I started my YouTube channel and my Twitter account. And the streaming is because when I get really excited about games, I want to tell people about them, because more times than not, I find that people are interested. A lot of the content creators out there that are making content are interested in games that I'm not interested in. So I wanted to make sure the games that I like to get highlighted. So there's that. Also, if you haven't yet, check out Haba Games. I work for Haba now. Everybody thought I used to work for Haba before I worked for Haba, and I was a massive fan of Haba, and then I got the job for Haba, and people still just think I'm a massive fan of Haba, which I am. But it was also kind of weird because somebody emailed me and they were like, hey, do you know who at Haba we could talk to about, like, making a meeting at Gen Con? And I was like, yeah, that's me. Like, they DM'd me on my Twitters, and I was like, that's me. And then, like, somebody else would be like, hey, thanks for sharing our Haba link. Do you mind, who would we contact at Haba to make sure Haba saw this? And I was like, that would be me. So I did say Haba a lot just now. Yeah. I am the conduit to Haba. Speaking of which, Haba. We do have some Gen Con releases coming out. I am really excited about both of them. There's two. I'm really excited about the one that probably is not going to make it. I'm really upset about it. Valley of the Vikings, our Kinderspiel winner. I super love that game. We should totally stream it. Really like it, but I have not been doing any marketing on it yet because no one in the US can get it yet, and I was air freighting some copies in, and they haven't arrived yet, and it's just like, I'm gonna have to overnight ship them from our warehouse to the hotel at Gen Con, and it's gonna be even more money, and I'm just like, So, there's that. Then we have Mountains, which is coming out, which is great. 2 to 5 player game. Full disclosure, it's better at 3 players and up. I don't even know if I'd recommend playing at 2 player unless you're playing with kids. But it is still fun with adults at 3 to 5 players, for sure.
You have a game about a jungle, a game about mountains, and a game about a valley.
Uh-huh.
Neat.
And a game about a king lion who's sleeping on his treasure hoard, and you're guards, and you make fun of him.
Make a little map of, like, a little continent that was all the game.
Okay. This year, yeah. And we have the snails, which are in the garden. And we have the clouds, Cloud Kingdom, or Cloud Castle. Yeah.
Cloud stacking?
The Viking bowling one is so fun.
It's really good.
Yeah, we'll play it when it's more readily available, which will be like later this year because of reasons. So there's that. There's something else. All bellied up. So confused. Have you guys seen any good shows or movies recently? No, we have not seen.
I mean, the
anything.
Apollo 11 documentary.
Yeah, that's the only movie we've seen in theaters this year. I went to the American Library Association's conference in DC in June, and it was awesome, and it gave me the book bug again. I came home with like 30 books. They're all behind me. There's actually 3 stacks back there, and I have read, I don't even know, I read like at least a book a week at this point, probably 2 books. So far this week I've read 2. I'll finish the 3rd one tonight. So yeah.
And then
So that's what I've been doing.
Show-wise, I've been slowly watching through the 1978 show Captain Harlock Space Pirate.
Oh, that's when I'm out of time.
It's amazing.
Yeah. He watches that when I'm gone.
Or in your sleep.
Or when I'm listening. So, yeah, that's all we've been doing. So I've been reading. Steve's been playing video games or designing games.
Yeah, I've been working on games again.
It's like we're happy.
Yep.
Or something. It's weird. Less stressed. So, okay. Awesome. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go read my book. You gonna go watch Captain Harlock?
I might.
Alright. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Any book recommendations? I honestly have been reading books that I don't know if you'd want to read because they're gay, queer fiction. So lots of magic and sex with gay people.
Speaking of things that are old school, the Warrior trilogy, one of the older BattleTech novel series that Michael Stackpole wrote however long ago, got released in ebook format on Amazon for the 35th anniversary, something like that. But I just finished reading all 3 of those, and they were pretty good. They were a little, like, culturally they were pretty dated because they were written, 30 years ago. It's always funny when you read sci-fi in the future that's culturally dated because it was written in the past. Anyway, but still a good series. I totally called it this thing that I can't spoil. But I was like, I wonder if this thing, and by the end of the 3rd book, it's like, yes, called it. It was a good feeling.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything I would recommend to, like, not queer people. Well, the Greenhouse Glass, which is a kid's mystery book, was actually pretty good. It's a kid's mystery story, young adult book. It's very interesting. It's good. And apparently there's another one that uses the same kid, but it's like a fictional town, but it's actually, there's a real town that's somewhat similar to it. And there's a fancy house up on the hill over a river, and the only way to get there is like this thing, and there's a big snowstorm, and they're all snowed in, and it's like a bed and breakfast house. And so stuff starts going missing with the guests, and so the son of the owners starts investigating. So it's very good. Some interesting plot twists, but yeah, that's it. All right, now we'll really go.
Okay, thanks for watching, everybody.
Okay.